Welcome back to Politics Tonight, and I still have with me the Director Online Media, Enugu State PDP Campaign Organization, Dr. Reuben Onyishi, and we're talking about politics in the southeast state of Enugu State. All right, let's go on. You know, there is a court case at the Enugu Federal High Court instituted by ADC senatorial candidate Chika Emmanuel Idoko, who is, looking out to disqualify all 36 PDP candidates contesting for various posts in the 2023 elections. What impact will this have on the fortunes of the party in the state?
You and I know that any matter in court is sub judice. I don't think it is right to discuss it because, left for me, it's a frivolous suit that is meant to waste the time of the court. But let's leave it at that because sub judice. We don't have to discuss a matter that is before the court. That's my take on
that. We're not discussing the case at the moment. We're just asking you what impact will this have on the fortunes of the party in the election? What impact will it have?
It doesn't have any impact. It doesn't have any impact. Meanwhile, that matter is a pre-election matter that ought to have come up within 14 days, and it is, time barred. Apart from that, he said Chika Idoko is not a member of the PDP. So what is his stake there? He's just a meddlesome interloper and should be regarded as such. So we are not interested in what is going on that matter to court, and we don't recognize that as anything of any consequence, to query or bring the question to our progress. No. There's nothing like that.
All right. Your party, the PDP, is factionalized at the national level, talking about the G5 governors. Don't you think this will hamper its chances of retaining power in the states and the southeast?
Well, I don't see how the G5 issue concerns Enugu State. Like I said, Enugu State is PDP, and PDP is Enugu State. So, and our governor is also a PDP candidate, not because the PDP ticket of Enugu North senatorial district. And then also know our governorship candidate, Peter Mbah of PDP, and other candidates of they are minded to deliver them. So we leave the issue of the G5 to G5 governors. Whatever things at the national level, to that national level.
You know why we cannot, Dr. Reuben, you know why we cannot leave it? This is because the governor of Enugu State is one of the G5 within the PDP. Maybe you would like to answer this. Do you see this as an advantage for the party in the state or otherwise?
Well, like I said, the issue of the G5 had better be left G5 side. But for us in Enugu State, we are minded to deliver it. That is what we are doing. So it's not left. It's not for me to determine what happens at that level.
But your governor,
we leave that matter to G5.
But your governor is one of the G5 governors.
My governor has the right of association. So if he decides to associate with colleagues, there's nothing wrong with that.
Are you in any way saying, or are you indirectly saying their agitation is inconsequential?
That what?
Are you in any way saying that their agitation is inconsequential? If you say that we should leave out the G5 governors, meanwhile your governor is one of them.
I didn't say that the agitation is inconsequential. All right? But I am saying that for us in Enugu State, this is where we are. And then my governor has the right to associate with his colleagues. And if he does associate with his colleagues, then we allow them to take their decision there. But so far, this is where we are in Enugu State.
All right. As a major mobilizer for the PDP, what are you telling the electorates to justify re-electing your party in the state?
What we are telling the electorates? We are telling the electorates, apart from the solid foundation that His Excellency of why has been, we are sharing Peter Mbah's social contract with the people. we are explaining to the people the value that Peter is going to get. We are explaining to the people what Peter is going to do in all sectors of the economy of Enugu State. We are telling the people of Enugu State that Peter will reduce the poverty headcount rate 0% when elected, as contained in his manifesto. We are telling the people of Enugu State that Peter will move agriculture from pipeline to platform. You understand? This is a digital economy, and Peter is minded to fully appropriate the agricultural value chain that modern technology has offered us. So that is what we are explaining to the people. The message is clear. The message is clear. And we are also telling the people that Peter will release investment to make Enugu State the best in terms of ease of doing business. These are the things that we are explaining to all of them. Anybody who has heard our story will buy into it. Because Peter is not coming because he wants to make money, not coming because of he wants to do it. This is the CEO of a foremost blue chip in the downstream oil sector that has the largest market share. So Peter made it early in life. As at 1992, when he took about 3 million naira to float a bank, Peter's net worth was over 50 million. All right? So at a point, his company, Peter Bear Investment Limited, was the sole representative of International Oil Corporation in Nigeria. So he had made it, Peter had made it. So he's not coming, because he wants to make money, or he's coming because he carries the solution that the people need. He carries the solution. He's the solution to economic issues. He's the solution to poverty in Enugu State. That is the message that we are preaching to the people, which no other person is preaching, which Ugabala of APC and Uchenna cannot preach. Look at what happened today at the rally. Do you know that the major APC stakeholders, Chief Ken Nnamani, the former Senate president, Dr. Geoffrey Onyama, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, the former Governor Sullivan Chime, former Speaker of Enugu State House of Assembly Eugene Odo, major stakeholders of the APC, they boycotted the presidential rally today. They just went to the airport to receive the presidential candidate Atiku and left because of Ugabala's high-handedness, because of the way Ugabala and Uchennaji have messed up the APC in Enugu State. You can see what is playing out, that APC is dead. Okay? So you can see that PDP is riding on the crest, riding very high.
We would have lost credible opposition, Party.
But we haven't got any.
Let's talk about the Labour Party, which, seemed to be gaining ground in the Southeast geopolitical zone. How worried is your party about this, considering the fact that the zone used to be the stronghold of your party?
Well, Labour Party, when you talk about obedience, okay, we know Obi is well known, but we don't know of any other person in Labour Party in this. The Bible, in the Bible, those who wanted to cast out the demon asked them, Paul I know, Peter I know, who are you? Many persons want to ride on his back. Many incompetent persons, many persons, they rejected, the derelicts, they now, sedimented down below the Labour Party and want to ride on his back. But the people of Enugu State are not deceived. They are not deceived. Obi we know, but we don't know of any other person. The other person, the other day, they were shouting candidates. Obi wasn't even interested. They were shouting candidates. Let us now, a kind of, trying to take picture with Obi. And Obi wasn't comfortable with that. He said these people, they just want to keep on dropping names. They want to identify with Obi, but Obi don't know them.
So how worried is your party about this?
How can we be worried? Worried over what? Is there anything to worry about? There's nothing to worry about. How can we be worried over somebody that was in PDP, a beneficiary of the Uganda administration for 7 years, someone that we school-fed, someone that PDP taught politics? How can we now be worried? That ambition is founded on rebellion. And the Bible took care of rebellion. The Bible said that rebellion is like the sin of witchcraft. Okay? It's founded on rebellion. The rebel, the prodigals of PDP is the umbrella. That's the good thing about the PDP. You know, the prodigal son, they will go and come back. The umbrella will still be there for them. So let the prodigals continue to prodigalize. At the end of the day, they will come back. We will still accept them. They are our children. Train them. What do they know about politics?
Many analysts,
yes.
Dr. Reuben, many analysts will stop saying that, you know, his emergence and participation in this election will divide the votes PDP used to have in that region.
Not at all.
All right.
Not at all. People may want to vote Obi. Some persons, the obedient, may want to vote Obi. But they're also careful to drop the heavyweight, the mixed multitude, the lame, the blind, and the deaf that are trying to ride on Obi's back. People cannot be deceived in this 21st century. So they know. So if we have the obedience, but the obedience are careful to drop those. You know, I wrote an essay on winnowing the chaff off the wheat. You understand? So, you know, the obedience are minded to winnow off the chaff. You know the chaff. They cannot deceive anybody. So
all right.
Obi is there. You know, but the people know PDP. We don't know of any other person. All those people running around, you know, thinking that they can strike any vote, you know, from Labour Party. It's not possible. PDP is on the ground, and the Enugu electorates are wise and literate, so they cannot be deceived.
Dr. Reuben, you're one of the few Igbo people committed to the PDP, despite calls for power shifts to the south. How well are you selling your presidential candidates to your people?
My presidential candidate?
Yes.
So who's my presidential candidate this time around?
How well are you selling your presidential candidate to the people?
Who is my presidential candidate? You mean Atiku Abubakar of the PDP?
How well are you selling your presidential candidate, Atiku Abubakar, to the people?
Well, the fact remains that for us in Enugu State here, we are looking at these things from the state level. You understand? We are looking at these things from the state level. And we also have a leader. Our governor is our leader and directing us and leading us well. So where he leads us, we follow. But we are more or less concentrated on delivering our candidates from the state at the state level. But when it comes to national issues, our governor is our leader, and we trust that he will lead us well. We trust him. We have done it before him again.
All right. I would like you once again to answer this question. Why do you think Atiku Abubakar deserves to be elected president of Nigeria?
I don't know why you are still coming around, you know, softly trying to bring the issue of Atiku Abubakar. You know, I'm the PDP online director of online media in Enugu State. That is important. And like our people say, I have my lane. This is my lane. So don't take me off my lane.
All right, then. Let's move on. What would you suggest Indigbos should do in next year's election in ensuring that the zone is not marginalized moving forward? That was actually the reason why I asked you my earlier questions. But again, let me rephrase it. What would you suggest Indigbo should do in next year's election in ensuring the zone is not marginalized moving forward? This year's election, rather. I do apologize.
See, just like I told you that I'm not minded, to play at that level. I confine myself the job that is given to me here in Enugu State. Right? So, but when it comes to politics of irredentity, is neither here nor there. And yeah, we are in Igbo, of course, and issue of marginalization is there. Such questions have arisen over time, all right? And I believe that we are Igbo, but within the context of Nigeria. And if we're going to have an Igbo president of Igbo extraction, then it is not just the people that will vote the person, but we also need to buy in. We also need to convince other zones to also buy into the Igbo project. It will be a credible person that has presented and has also articulated his manifesto and the message he has. So it is left for Nigerians that these things, and then they find him body and his message acceptable, and they vote, right? But for me now, I just want to concentrate on the politics of the and the job that it is as a media director of the campaign council.
Okay. You asked me to stay at your level.
And I'm surprised that
in the last election,
and the atrocities in Enugu. Have you not heard that the APC fraudulently is parading one person, George Ogara, as deputy governorship candidate, but his name is not in INEC portal? That the name, the robot, is from the same place as Chenaj, Enugu East Senatorial Zone, is the authentic running mate.
Dr. Reuben,
yes.
You have asked me, Dr. Reuben, kindly hold on.
Yes.
You have asked me severally to stay at your level, so that's what we're going to do now. So let's talk about your party. In the last election, PDP recorded 95.6% votes to return Governor Ugwuanyi. Do you see the party making such performance this time?
Yes, much more than that.
So what are you doing differently to bring that to reality?
Well, we have just told you about the value proposition that Peter Mbah has brought on the table. Has anybody ever brought that kind of value proposition? Has any of the person articulated the economic issues in Enugu State and told you that this is where we are, $4.4 billion, and that is going to move the GDP of Enugu State to $30 billion in 8 years? That's the humongous economy that he's talking about. So is it not enough? Isn't that enough to elicit the acceptance of the people of Enugu State? Peter has been explaining these things to the people, and they're buying into the project. And no other person is doing any other thing. Like I told you, I haven't seen anybody doing any other thing. Okay? So why wouldn't the people vote Peter? They will vote for the PDP. PDP is entrenched, it's on the ground, and has done well. Ugwuanyi has done creditably well, on all folds. And the people of Enugu State know that, and they are enamored of the governor. And they have received Peter, and they are prepared to vote Peter.
All right, we're running out of time, so let's quickly talk about some other issues. Let me ask you, how will you rate preparations of INEC for the elections?
Well, I think that INEC has got enough time to prepare, and the other day I read that INEC is worried about the security challenge, and might be thinking of postponing the election. And you can see the reactions of people. People are saying no, there's no reason for that. We have had the security situations worse than what it is now, and heaven didn't fall. So Nigerians are interested in election being held as scheduled. Nobody wants the election postponed, and we want present APC government to hand over on the 29th of May. So that is, if you feel the pulse of people, that's what they want. So nobody should bring the excuse of security or anything We want the schedule to be followed strictly. And I think that the INEC is prepared, apart from the security fear that they are raising. INEC is quite prepared for the problem.
All right. I would like to finally, before we go, what measures do you think should be put in place to ensure peaceful conduct of the general elections?
You know that security is key. And then I think security agencies also should, which is under the control of the federal government, should be prepared, to ensure security of lives and property during the elections. I think the president is minded to conduct this election, and should commander-in-chief and even the police authorities, they report, all the security apparatus chiefs, they report to the president. So I believe that the president can get it right by mobilizing the security agencies, and equipping them right to ensure that peace delivered during, guaranteed during the election. That's what we anticipate. That's what we expect. I know that if the will is there,
All right, Dr. Reuben, in 30 seconds, I would like you to speak directly to the people of Enugu State.
All right, what I want to tell the people of Enugu is that there are no two moons in the sky. We all know PDP. And good a thing, they have done it right from 1999 to date. And the people are happy because the PDP has delivered. And today, we have someone who's coming to do more. You can see the manifesto that Peter Bach has presented, and it touches every aspect of our life. And Peter Bach promises economic prosperity to the Enugu citizen. Promises zero headcount, zero headcount of poverty. Sorry, zero poverty when he comes. So I believe that we have what it takes. Everybody should vote PDP, vote the PDP, vote Peter Bach, so that peace we have enjoyed continue, so that he can take on that economic level that he has proposed.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Reuben Onyishi, Director, Online Media, Enugu State's PDP Campaign Organization. Thank you very much for coming on Politics Tonight.